Most people think managing wealth in 2026 means staring at charts for 8 hours a day. They're wrong. While you're sleeping, the market is moving, and it's moving faster than any human can react. If you're still checking your stock apps manually, you're playing a losing game. The institutions already have AI today. I'm showing you how to build your own. This is the Investment Sentinel, your autonomous financial guard. Let's be honest, the modern financial world is designed to overwhelm you. Every day, you're hit with a storm of information, conflicting news reports, social media hype, 1,000 so-called experts telling you to buy this, sell that. It's a full-time job just to keep up, and even then, you're always a step behind. The professionals, the big hedge funds, they aren't manually sifting through this chaos. They have teams of analysts and, more importantly, sophisticated AI systems that process information at a scale we can't even imagine. They're playing chess while the average investor is playing checkers. That gap between the institutional players and the individual is getting wider every single day. The Investment Sentinel is our answer to that problem. It's about leveling the playing field, not by trying to outwork the machines, but by building our own. The core concept behind the Sentinel isn't about predicting the next 10% jump in a meme stock. It's about something far more important: understanding and managing asymmetric risk. What is that? It's the kind of risk that doesn't play by the rules. It's not the gentle up and down of a healthy market. It's the sudden, catastrophic event that can wipe out a significant portion of a portfolio in minutes, not days. Think about the collapse of a major exchange, a sudden regulatory crackdown, or a security flaw in a widely used protocol. These are the black swan events that most people do not see coming until it is far too late. The Sentinel doesn't care about daily swings. It cares about asymmetric risk. My agent scans thousands of SEC filings, CEO departures, and whale movements across the blockchain. It's a digital scout, constantly patrolling the vast landscape of financial data. It's looking for the smoke before the fire. Traditional analysis looks at price charts and earnings reports. That's historical data. The Sentinel looks at leading indicators, the subtle clues that precede a major market move. For instance, if a CEO of a publicly traded company suddenly resigns, that's a signal. If a massive sell wall, an enormous order to sell a cryptocurrency, is suddenly placed on an exchange, that's a signal. The Sentinel is programmed to identify these anomalies. It knows the difference between normal market activity and the tremors that come before an earthquake. It filters the noise and gives you the one signal that actually matters. Imagine getting an alert, not after a stock has already dropped 20%, but when the conditions for that drop are first detected. Maybe it's an unusual volume of negative sentiment, keywords in private trading forums, or maybe it's a sudden, unexplained transfer of a massive amount of crypto from a project's treasury wallet. These are the pieces of the puzzle that, when put together by an AI, form a picture of imminent risk. The Sentinel doesn't give you 100 different data points to analyze. It gives you a single, actionable alert. High probability risk event detected in asset X review position. It simplifies the complex, allowing you to act decisively instead of being paralyzed by information overload. But protection is only half the story. A fortress is useless if it has no way to gather resources. The Sentinel is not just about defense, it's about yield. The Sentinel is also a hunter. It constantly scans decentralized protocols and high-interest treasuries to find where the best returns are hiding today. The world of decentralized finance, or DeFi, is an incredible frontier of opportunity. You have lending protocols, liquidity pools, yield farms, all offering returns that can far exceed what you'd find in a traditional savings account. The problem is, this landscape changes by the minute. A high-yield opportunity that was great yesterday might be terrible today. Keeping track of it all manually is impossible. This is where the Yield Hunter module of the Sentinel comes into play. While you're at work, while you're with your family, it's calculating the real-time interest rates across 10, 20, even 100 different platforms simultaneously. It's not just looking at the advertised annual percentage yield, the APY, it's analyzing the underlying risk of the protocol, the stability of the asset, and the net return after transaction fees. It's a sophisticated analysis that goes far beyond what you could do with a simple spreadsheet. If a better opportunity opens up, it doesn't just tell you, it prepares the transaction for your final approval. This is a critical distinction. We're not handing over complete control. You're always the final decision maker. The AI does the legwork. It finds the opportunity, calculates the potential return, assesses the risk, and even prepares the necessary steps. You might get a simple notification: new yield opportunity identified. Move 10% of stablecoin holdings from Protocol A to Protocol B for a projected 2% increase in net APY. Estimated gas fee, $5. Execute. With one click, you approve. The Sentinel handles the rest. This is the shift from passive income to autonomous wealth. Passive income still requires you to find the opportunity and set it up. Autonomous wealth means you have an agent working for you 24/7, actively seeking out and managing those opportunities on your behalf. Now, you might be thinking this sounds incredibly complex, like something that requires a team of developers and $1 million budget. And 5 years ago, you would have been right. But the tools available to us today have changed everything. You don't need a team of developers to build this. I built mine using what I call the elite stack. This isn't about writing thousands of lines of code. It's about intelligently connecting powerful, accessible AI tools. For instance, the visual reports and the very interface of my Sentinel are designed using platforms like Higgs, which allow for the creation of these cinematic, easy-to-understand visuals. The voice alerts, the clear, concise briefings. That's done with voice synthesis A is like a Malabs, providing a voice of authority that cuts through the noise. And the final intelligence brief, the video summary that I might review at the end of my day, that's assembled with tools like CapCut, which can automatically edit and summarize data into a digestible format. The complexity is hidden under the hood. The genius of this approach is that we use high-level tools to manage the low-level details. You don't need to understand the intricacies of blockchain programming or machine learning algorithms. You just need to understand the strategy. Your job is to define the rules. For example, never allocate more than 5% of my portfolio to any single DeFi protocol, or alert me if any asset drops more than 15% in a 24-hour period. You set the strategy. The AI manages the labor. You are the CEO of your own wealth. These agents are your executive staff. This is how the top 1% will operate in the coming years. They won't be the ones in the trenches executing every single trade. They will be the ones designing the systems, setting the parameters, and letting their autonomous agents do the heavy lifting. This is more than just a new way to invest. It's a fundamental shift in how we interact with our financial lives. It's about taking back control not by working harder, but by working smarter. It's about leveraging technology to build a system that works for you, day and night, protecting your assets and seeking out new opportunities. It's about building your own personal, digital, financial guard. We are just getting started at AI Stream Vision. The Sentinel I've shown you today is just the beginning. The world of AI and finance is evolving at an incredible pace, and we're going to explore it together. In the next video, I'm giving away the full blueprint for the Sentinel's internal logic D-specific rules, data sources, and alert parameters I use. It will be a step-by-step guide to help you start building your own version. If you want to be the architect of your own financial future, if you're ready to stop playing a losing game and start building an autonomous system for wealth, then hit that subscribe button and join the movement. The future is here. Let's get to work.